Good snap, the hold, the kick is up, the kick is good!
Will be a swing by Kramer, kept alive by Jalbert. Lucas with the attack off the side of the block for the kill.
Gazette, he looks to go off guard, tucks back inside to the A-gap, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Harrington, angle, off a touch, diving, Dunbar, holy cats, wow!
Starcevic in the shotgun, play action, looking for a man, has him down the field to his brother Starcevic for the touchdown. It's 31 yards. Jake.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome on back to the Irie Insurance pregame show here on yourliveevent.com. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve, covering it all: home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. IrieINS.com for a free quote today as we get set for football action between the Thompson Tommies and the Kindred Vikings on yourliveevent.com. James Martin hanging along with you for the ride here in this one. As again, you see the Vikings over on the left-hand side of your screen coming into view. The number one ranked team in the state in 11-man A. And they're going to be taking on these Thompson Tommies in their final home contest of the season. They're 2-1 at home, trying to make it 3-1 and hand the Vikings their first loss of the year in major upset fashion without two of their top running backs. So we'll talk more about that to hear from both head coaches. Eric Burgad on the way, and then Brady Schwab after that here on yourliveevent.com on the Irie Insurance pregame show.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
On the Irie Insurance pregame show here ahead of the kickoff between the Thompson Tommies and the Kindred Vikings, joined by Kindred head football coach Eric Burgad. And Eric, another week and another impressive result. Just looking at the stats, looking at the score lines, you guys have allowed just one touchdown in the last 5 games, so 4 shutouts in that time. You could hit 2,000 rushing yards as a team by the end of the night against Thompson. You're throwing the ball well, receiving touchdown, rushing touchdown is almost identical. You're also getting 22 sacks on defense and 7 interceptions, averaging a pick a game. About the only thing you haven't done yet this season is kick a field goal. I mean, what's the weakness for your squad? Is there any?
It's hard to say that as a team, we have a glaring weakness in this spot, but something we challenged our kids with on Monday is that if we're going to make any improvement from now till the end of the season, it's a really good time to start self-reflecting and looking in the mirror, because you got to be humble enough in this point of the season to say that, well, if we do want to peak in the playoffs and when we want to continue to improve, so when we play those really good playoff teams that were in the game, you got to self-reflect. And all of our kids, every single one of them who steps on the field, they're doing something really well right now. But we also tell them every single one of you got part of your game that you can improve. So that's been a big focus for us this week, is just living in the moment, not trying to get ahead of ourselves and coming out with intention each day in practice to get better.
And of course, it can be hard to get those self-reflective moments when you have, 15 to 18-year-old boys trying to find their way to a championship. How do you put the guys in that situation to think about what they're doing and how they can improve?
Well, we do have a pretty veteran-led group this week, and so they made a deep playoff run last year, and they've experienced these types of situations. So I think a lot of it just comes off of maturity, experience, and playing in big games and knowing what it requires to play in those big games. So I don't know that there's anything that we're hammering down specifically that gets that self-reflection out of the kids. I think it's you just live and you learn, and what are mistakes that we made in last year throughout the postseason, and how can we better those situations. So give a lot of credit to our kids. They're a mature group and they're a hungry group that want to get better.
You mentioned, the kids are mature, experienced. They faced a lot of things. This is kind of the time of the year where the kids step up and maybe the coaches take a step back and let the kids figure out the adjustments they need to make. Are you at that level where the athletes themselves kind of can figure things out? How's that going?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and it's something that we practice. We watch our practice film every Wednesday and Thursday morning, and those are the exact things that we're talking about all the time. And just I'll talk about our safeties as an example, but as you get further and further into the season, offenses, they just expand their playbook. So you got a lot of different looks from a lot of different teams, and you've prepared for those scenarios in some way. You've maybe seen it in week 2, but now seeing it again, that same type of look in week 7, week 8. So just the constant teaching and saying, hey, we saw this against Lisbon. Let's handle this the same way. So if you guys get that look, make this check. And to what you're saying, yeah, putting some more of it on the kids, and they're confident in doing that because they're prepared for it. That wouldn't come if we didn't have those conversations, if we didn't watch film together. But you see it come out on Friday night with a lot of confidence in our kids.
Just wanted to give some salutes, some shout outs to guys that maybe don't get a lot of the credit, but still do a lot of great work. Looking at the defensive side specifically, guys like Hunter Bendis leading your team in solo tackles, Tannen Johnson leading your team in total tackles, the pressure to the quarterback with Lincoln Swenson getting 5.5 sacks, co-leader on the team. Kind of speak to some of those guys' achievements, maybe the ones that don't get as much of the credit from the outside.
Yeah, those kids that you're mentioning there, like between our linebacking core and our defensive line core, they're doing a really nice job. And we always say the first priority coming into a game is stopping the run, and they hang their hat on that. And we really saw it Friday night against Northern Cass that we were playing hip square, shoulder square, and everybody was coming downhill with very heavy shoulder pads. So the kids start to feed off that type of gameplay. You know what I mean? It's fun when you're stuffing teams for tackles for loss, and just the momentum builds, the energy builds, and the kids have a lot of fun doing it. And it's a dirty physical job, and you feel it the next day on Saturday. Your body's sore and you're beat up, but if you keep playing that way, teams are going to have a tough time moving the football on you. So our D line is a very selfless group. We ask them to play a lot of double gap stuff and eat a lot of blocks for our linebackers so they can run free, and they buy into that. And then kind of the mindset of you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And then if we do a good job on first down, if we do a good job on second down, then we got enough stuff to cut those D linemen loose, and we'll widen them out or put them in a different look, and give them the one-on-one matchup that we think they can win to get to the quarterback. So trying to play complementary defense, and the kids buy into it.
Offensively as well, you got a guy commanding the ship, doing a heck of a job, in Jake Starcevic, about I believe 10 touchdowns and only a couple of interceptions on the season. 12 touchdowns, only a couple interceptions on the season. Throwing 65% of his passes, running the ball extremely well. Is there another level this kid can go to?
Yeah, I mean, Jake's got a really high ceiling. Jake's got such command of the offense, and he's just such a tremendous leader and just playmaker. And our guys have so much confidence in him, and he understands the offense so well. And throughout the course of a game, he's got such good poise. Like nothing rattles him. He knows he's going to be fine in any moment. So really proud of that kid and how he's playing. And when he's been out these last couple of weeks here, his backup, Gabe Whipple and Miles Steele, they're doing a really nice job under center too. And, they keep getting better each week. Offense is such a timing thing, but our offense coordinator, Coach Stark, he puts them in fantastic situations and does the best he can to present favorable matchups for our kids. And our kids understand that and they buy into our offensive system, and you see their confidence growing.
You mentioned some injuries with Starcevic, health and safety coming into this week number 8 of football. How are things looking for the Vikings?
We were without Jake and our top rusher last week, Kylan Swenson, both a little banged up. Hope to have Kylan back tonight against the Tommies, and then Jake's kind of a week by week thing. So hoping to see a return out of him in the playoffs. Still too early to tell, but other than those two, we're relatively healthy. Probably the same bumps and bruises that a lot of teams are experiencing at this point in the year. And, some we've been talking to our kids about as you get later in the season, those injuries can feel nagging. So, as other teams are maybe tapering off the weight room or, it's hard to keep that same focus all the way through the season. So we've kind of lit a fire in the weight room, lit a fire at practice, more talk on nutrition, more talk about hydration, more talk about sleep. Just so when you do start to feel the grind of the season and we get into the playoffs, it's not feeling like we're running on an empty tank. We want to feel rejuvenated, and we think the weight room is a big part of that.
Eric, you got a Tommy squad that's on just the outside looking in, fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive. Your thoughts on the Tommies this year?
They looked really explosive. Their athletes they got some big, strong, tall kids running around. Their skill positions definitely are something that jump out to me right away. Their quarterback seems to be doing a really nice job. Last week it looked like he was throwing the ball on time. Pretty efficient, and I know tackling is going to be a big piece of our game plan just because of the size and the matchup mismatches that they present. Like it's hard to tackle a kid who's 6'5", 220, and they got those type of bodies. So our pursuit's going to be really important, and our tackling is going to be really important if we don't want to let them catch any momentum.
Eric, anything else you want to mention here in the pregame?
Really appreciate you having me on, James. Really appreciate everything your live event does. I know we got a lot of fans in Kindred that enjoy your guys' broadcast. So thanks for all you do, and thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Eric Burgad, head coach of the Kindred Vikings, joining us here on the Irie Insurance pregame show. Coach, best of luck tonight. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for having me.
Hi, I'm Sonia at the Lighting Gallery. When you walk through our doors at the Lighting Gallery, we're so much more than lighting. We have an incredible selection of sofas, dining room table and chairs, accent chairs, area rugs, pillows, and other accessories and decor. We want your house to feel like a home. Visit us at the Lighting Gallery, located at 3622 South Washington Street in Grand Forks. See you soon.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
On the Irie Insurance pregame show, ahead of the kickoff between the Thompson Tommies and the Kindred Vikings, joined once again by the Thompson Tommy head football coach and Brady Schwab. And Coach, we're getting down to the wire. Again, you don't want to be in this position with the last couple of weeks to have to basically win out to get in, but you found yourselves in this position. And you've got a couple of guys that have been key to your success, especially on the ground, that won't be able to suit up tonight, not for their own fault, of course. Your thoughts on where the squad is at heading into a big matchup tonight?
Yeah, I thought all things considered with some kids out and how last week's game went and everything that is what it is. I thought we had a good week of practice. I thought we got a lot accomplished and we've got a game plan and we're going to work to execute it. We're obviously facing a real good football team in Kindred that's well coached and has a number of dynamic players. But you get to this point in the season, regardless if you're in our spot or you're in Kindred's spot, and I think it becomes a lot more about continuing to grow what you're trying to do with your team for that particular season. Whether it's Kindred looking at a deep playoff run and trying to keep some guys healthy and get guys touches that they might need later on, or you're a Thompson who's, like you said, James, has to win out to get there. But are there other things that we can get accomplished, when we're playing the game? And, whether that's, getting guys in some different spots or giving guys a look at a spot, just out of necessity because of injury and those types of things. But, moving into the future, is it something where those kids can play? And, is there some takeaways that you have? So like I said, I thought our week of prep this week was good. I thought the kids were focused on what we were doing. We got in, we got out. It's a abnormally warm week. So, grinding for 2.5 hours this time of year is probably counterproductive. So, we're just doing what we do, right? We're going to show up every day and we're going to bring a lunchbox and go to work and let's see what happens. It's still a Friday night. It's going to be a gorgeous football night. It's an opportunity for our kids to play, and that's what you want for them. And that's what you want for your program.
And I think when you get to this stage of the season, backs against the wall, I think the kids understand. It's going to be a tall order to take down the number one team in the state, and then have enough energy next week against Lisbon to do something similar. But I think the guys, I would say you probably agree with me on this, that the guys have certainly learned a lot this year, and they're. They're taking tonight's contest with a grain of salt and just trying to go out there, have fun, and see what happens.
Yeah, and I think that's, the big takeaway from all of this is, there's going to be a lot of different situations where you're going to have your back against the wall. How do you respond to that? Hopefully it's not to lay over and go away. And we know the order that we have in front of us, and we know what's at hand here. And again, at the end of the day, there's more to be learned than just the wins and losses. We obviously are going to go out there and we're going to play and we're going to try to have success, right? That's why we play the game. No one goes into a game not expecting to have any success. So we have some things that we want to do, that we want to try, and hopefully we can execute those things. And like you said, James, at the end of the day, these dudes are showing up every day and they're playing and they're grinding, they're doing the weights, they're doing the on-field stuff, they're doing the film stuff, and they're doing what you ask of them, right? And they're doing it sportsmanship wise, they're doing it academically, they're doing it just a number of different ways that probably don't get noticed when you look at wins and loss records. But at the end of the day, it is a sport. And there is winners and there is losers, and we are in a spot where we know that we have to win football games, and if we don't, we know what the outcome of that's going to be. But we're going to show up and we're going to go to work at 7:00 tonight.
You mentioned, of course, that we mentioned talking before the interview. Josh Juby out tonight, Will Welke out tonight. Just kind of that was the theme of Central Cats last week. You were in that game with them, and then the injury bug kind of caught you and took the wind out of your sails a little bit. Who steps up tonight in those positions?
Yeah, both those guys are uber important to what we're trying to do, and they've done a great job for us this year. Charlie Yon has had carries in the backfield when Josh has been out, or to spell him, and he carried the bulk of it last week, so he'll be back there this week. Peyton Kanan is another kid that will potentially see some backfield time, who's a sophomore, that just another undersized kid, but works his butt off and does a lot of great things. On the defensive side, we'll drop Cash Danner down to a linebacker position, which he played last year. It's just he's a little more inside than outside, so some learning curves with that. Charlie Yano move into an inside backer spot as well, where he was typically an outside backer. So, it's kind of one of the old adage, well, he's a linebacker. Well, it's not quite that simple when you're moving people around, and inside to outside definitely has different reads and responsibilities. But it'll push Easton Lovelace then into a safety type of position where he had played some corner. Him or Eli Gemmel will play in those spots, and then Carter Peterson seen a little bit more time on the defensive side at a defensive end position. So we've adjusted a little bit what we're going to do with our defensive front, and try to get more guys in the box, and similar to what we did against Northern Cass. I think we're dealing with a little bit different beast here with Kindred, with some of their size and their athleticism, and but at the end of the day, we need to do what we feel is going to give us an opportunity to be successful. So those kids didn't bat an eye. We asked them to do that, and there was no questions. There was no I don't know if I want to do that. It was okay. Let's go to work. Teach me what I need to know, and let's try to figure it out for Friday night.
Of course, you got tonight and next week, but the final time we'll chat, at least on the pregame. Don't want to sum up the season quite yet, as again, you got those 2 games, but what in your mind has been some of the highlights of this season?
Yeah, coming in off of last year, a season where we would have liked to have a little bit more success and make the playoffs, coming into Region 1, just knowing what Region 1 football is all about. And just the diligence that the guys have shown. They haven't wavered through the whole process. They've come in with an open mind. They've come in with positivity. We've lost a lot of guys during the year. We've got some guys back. We've lost some other guys, which is football, right? And it's a learning curve for all of those kids that. Especially those younger kids, when, we got a 2 deep and I'm not on the 2 deep. Well, that 2 deep changes pretty quick when you have some kids out. So just, the level of stick-to-itness that these guys have had throughout the course of the year, and, continuing to work and do it the right way. It's at the end of the day, sometimes it's not good enough, but it doesn't mean you're not good enough, right? It just means that we just collectively didn't have the ability that we needed to. So I would say, that's been a real positive for me and our coaching staff this year, is just the amount that these guys have continued to come in and do what they're going to do. It's been different for me. It's been different for our coaches. It's a different generation of athlete. It's a different, I'm getting a little bit older. They're getting a little bit younger every year, and just finding ways to connect with those guys, and finding ways to make it more meaningful than just football, and I feel like we've gotten there at times. At times I've been a little bit too much old school probably, and I need to adjust how I do things so they can better understand what we're trying to do. So, I think it's been fun for me from that aspect, that it's a chess match, right? It's trying to figure out what's going to work. How do we make this thing go? And it's the old adage: if you continue to do what you've always done, you're probably going to get what you've always gotten. So, we keep that journal every year, and what can we do a little bit different the next year? How can we change things to the next year? How can we, without compromising our values and what we want to do? So, they're a really good group of dudes. They're willing to help out, and I appreciate the time that they put in. I appreciate the time that our community puts into supporting them and giving back to them. So it's been other than the win and loss scenario, it's been a fruitful year, I guess, is in the coaching business.
Of course, last time we were up there at Thompson, the 50th homecoming, quite a special moment, that overtime win. I got to think that's got to be kind of on the list there as some of the highlight moments. But Brady, as we go into the final home game for Thompson for 2024, anything else you want to mention here on the pregame show?
No, I again just appreciate the coverage, appreciate all the media coverage that we get. I think you guys go unnoticed a lot of times by people too. Just the fact that you guys are out. I don't think people know the amount of work that goes into putting a broadcast or a radio production together to get games to people that are maybe in the combine or in Arizona or wherever they're at, so that they can see their grandkid or their kid. So we appreciate those things as well. They don't go unnoticed by us. if folks are coming out tonight, we've got our, I believe, 5th and 6th grade kids playing at halftime. So that's a good, nice preview to the future. They finish up their season at the Alaris Saturday morning. Our junior high finishes up on Monday. Our JV finished up this past Monday, had a nice season, made a lot of growth. So, it's just kind of that let's continue to try to build this thing and get kids out for football and get rid of the stigma that it's dangerous, right? I mean, every sport is dangerous. Every sport has things that you can learn from it. It's giving things a shot, and we hope to continue to do that in Thompson.
I think football's come a long way in the safety aspect of just how you coach things, especially tackling and all those types of things, and that certainly made the game safer, I feel.
It is. It's still by its truest nature, as it should be. It's still a violent game, which it's supposed to be at times. But there are better ways to, or safer ways to be violent when you're playing the game the right way. And just learning those techniques and continuing to grow those, within the sport itself and within our program is important. But at the end of the day, that's the fun part of it is you're giving somebody a skill they probably didn't have when they walked through the door, and that's teaching.
Hey, Coach Brady Schwab joining us here on the Irie Insurance pregame show. Should be a good one tonight between Kindred and Thompson. Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck tonight.
Thanks, James. Appreciate it.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
And back out here for American Crystal Sugar Company starting lineups. Live the sweet life, great careers, quality products. Grow our own. CrystalSugar.com. Our starting lineups for the Thompson Tommies. We'll go with their offense as Kindred won the toss. They elected to defer, so the Tommies will start on offense. At the quarterback spot, 6'4", 210-pound senior number 10, Gavin Krogstad. At the running back tonight, the 5'10", 185-pound junior number 28, Charlie Yan, making his first start of his career. Tight end, 6'5", 220-pound senior number 4, Carter Peterson. And wide receiver, 6'4", 205-pound junior number 7, Cash Danner. And wide receiver, a 5'7", 140-pound senior number 9, Easton Lovelace. And a 5'9", 160-pound senior wide receiver number 2, Thomas Schumacher. On the line for the Tommies, 6'3", 195-pound sophomore, number 54, Elijah Conrad, a 5'10", 210-pound senior, number 55, Jesse Haig, 6'2", 220-pound junior, number 58, Wyatt Bergeron, 6'1", 240-pound junior, number 70, Chase Cowdrey, and the 6', 220-pound senior, number 76, Xander Thompson. The starters, Fred coach Brady Schwab, assisted by Trent Carlson, Ryan Ovdom, and Kyle Casillas. Starters here for the Kindred Vikings. Go here on their starting lineups. We'll go with their starting defense. Here for the Vikings, they are, of course, coached by Eric Bergad, assisted by Brad Ambrosius, Nick Eggman, Joe Harder, Nate Safe, Ryan Sunrab, and Alex Starcevic. Starters on the defensive side for the Vikings on the line. It's a 6'5", 185-pound sophomore, number 2, Brooks Bacco. We'll go with these a little bit quicker here. Number 59, Tate Miller. Number 67, Ethan Fornshell. Number 72, Luke Starcevic on the line. Linebackers, number 54, Miles Stroh. Number 27, Tyson Johnson. 55, Tannen Johnson. And number 5, Hunter Bindus. And the safeties, Isaac Spellhog, number 4, and Kylan Swenson, number 21. Those are your American Crystal Sugar Company starting lineups. Live the sweet life, great careers, quality products, grow our own, CrystalSugar.com. Right on time for the kickoff. It was Andrew Andrew Haley, 5'9" senior, 220-pound kicker. Will kick it away here to the Tommies. The Vikings in the white jerseys, blue numbers, blue helmets, and the Tommies in the black jerseys with the green helmets. Haley says we're good to go. 6:59, we're underway here on YourLiveEvent.com. It's hauled in there by the Tommies, trying to go up the middle and slung down there on the return. That's Easton Lovelace. Lovelace will take it down to the 26, and that's where we will begin. Gavin Croxton and company coming on out here for those Thompson Tommies. And Eric Burgad was pretty impressed with the film he saw on Krogstad, especially over the last couple of weeks, doing some good work through the air. As we'll take you through our 1st and 10. On the Nodak Insurance Company, Agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard. Krogstad back to pass over the middle. Got his man through double coverage. Out across near the 40, and out across the 40 to the 41. That's a gain of 15 there. I'll make it the 40. Gain of 14 there for Thomas Schumacher. And a good first conversion there for the Tommies. They need to win out in order to get into the playoffs, as Oaks is right in front of him, and Oaks has the tiebreaker. I believe it was a 34-22 final score. 1 right, 3 left here for Krogstad in the gun on a 1st and 10 at the Tommy 40. Krogstad takes the snap, going to be a screen pass. Schumacher again, and nice rally to the ball by the Kindred defense. A host of Vikings in there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. 2 for 2, though, through the air for Krogstad. And Schumacher with a couple of catches as well. This first minute of the contest. As again for the Tommies, coming off a 43-14 loss at Central Cass. Competitive first half, and then the Squirrels ran away with it in the end as Charlie Yon gets his first carry of the ball game. Not much going on there. Kindred coming off their 2nd straight shutout, their 4th shutout in the last 5 games. They've allowed just 1 touchdown in the last 5 weeks as Yon goes to the 42, a gain of 2, and it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Tommies. With 10-16 and counting here in the opening quarter. 3 right, none left here for Krogstad in the gun with Young. Again, Juvie and Welke out. Juvie a high ankle sprain, Welke a concussion last week against Central Cass. Krogstad, 2-man rush, back to pass over the middle. It's intercepted. Kindred takes it away. I believe that's Swenson out there. Kylan Swenson to the 40, 35-30, 25, cuts to the field, 20, lost the ball. And I think Thompson got back on it, and they did. What a wild turn of events as Kylan Swenson gets the pick, but Thompson recovers. And that'll move the ball back to the Thompson 24. So Swenson took it back about 25, 30 yards on the return. He made a nice juke play to cut back up the field, and then he lost it. So Thompson's going to get this ball back here with 9:50 to go in the opening quarter. Thompson with the momentum here to start. This time the ball spotted at their own 24, 1st and 10. Krogstad takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff, and he's tackled immediately in the backfield by Luke Starcevic. Starcevic, a tackle for a loss. All the way back to the 20. I believe that carry went to Charlie Yon. And so it'll be 2nd and 14. Luke Starcevic, going to be a dangerous one to watch. 6'5", 240 pounds, as we're going to get our first penalty of the game, looks like. And it's going to be, I believe, against the Tommies. False start there, moves them back to the 15. A 2nd and 19 for Thompson. And I tell you what, obviously Kindred would have loved to have hung on to the ball, but at the rate their defense is playing right now, they may not lose too much possession. Tommy's trying to get some positive yardage here, already a quarter of the way through the first quarter. Tommy team needs to win their last couple of games and hope Oaks trips up along the way. As fake the handoff, Krogstad back to pass, got rid of it just in time, and it's going to be tackled there for maybe getting back to that near the 20 as Juvie was able to make an appearance there, so I guess the ankle's feeling pretty good for Juvie. That's a good sign for the Tommies as Juvie does come in. He picks up a gain of 5, back out to the 20-yard line. And so it'll be 3rd and 14. Krogstad in the gun, 3-man rush. Starcevic coming after him. Krogstad rolls to his right, looking down the field. He's got Carter Peterson across the original line of scrimmage, but not going to go much further than that. And so it'll be 4th down and about 7 or 8 there. Tyson Johnson on the tackle there for the Vikings. Gets it out to the 26. So it'll be 3rd and 8. Kevin Krogstad with some nice completions here to start. As he's 4 for 5 for 25 yards, but unable to come up with another first down after the double turnover play. Here comes the very short punt by Charlie Yon. It takes a couple of bounces right into the awaiting arms of the Viking returner. There's a nice tackle. Great tackle there on the return by Miles Theelgis. Easton Lovelace gets the tackle. Theelgis doesn't get more than a few yards. Kindred will take over their first possession of the ball game with 7:09 remaining here. And they'll take over at their own 44. So again, Gabe Whipple, the backup quarterback here for Kindred, doing some pretty decent work. He's had plenty of opportunities throughout the season to get reps with Kindred, establishing big leads in almost all of their contests. And it'll actually be a wildcat to Theelgis and a great tackle in the backfield. Charlie Yon says, no way, Miles, not today. And that'll bring the ball back to the 40. Theelgis with the carry. Again, some jumbled lineups. Kylan Swenson, obviously you saw on defense, is available. He was banged up a little bit. Jake Starcevic still out, 3rd straight week that he's been out with injuries. Hoping to get him back for the playoffs. Kindred is a playoff-bound team. With a win tonight, they'll lock up the number 1 seed from Region 1 and will host the 4 seed from Region 2. I formation here on a 2nd and 14, 6.5 to go in this opening quarter. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Kylan Swenson barely touched as he gets to the 49. Gain of 9. It'll be a 3rd and 5. And it'll be 3rd and 5 here again for the Vikings. And Coach Eric Burgad imploring in the pregame interview, mentioning that his team needs to stay humble. They need to self-reflect and need to keep playing selfless football in order to stay aggressive and stay focused as we get towards the playoffs there for the Vikings. 3 in the backfield there as there's another handoff. Swenson nearly yanked down. He gets around one Tommy. The Tommies finish the job there across midfield near that first down marker, needing the 46 of Thompson for a first down. He did not get there. It's going to be 4th down and about a yard. In and down to the 47-yard line, a pickup of 4 more for Kylan Swenson. So first quarter clock winding down here as the Vikings, they look to go for it here on 4th down. As looking for the hard count, there's the handoff. Whipple to Swenson, got a lot of work to do, and he's able to do it. Gets to the 44, gets through 3 or 4 Tommies to the 44. And that'll be a first down there on a gain of 2. move the chains there, or gain of 3, excuse me. So 3 straight carries there for Kylan Swenson after a Thealgis Wildcat. Start things off, and 4:45 remaining here in this very quick-moving first quarter. Have not had a lot of stoppages, just a change of possession, I guess, a couple of changes of possession. Turnover and 1 flag. That's been about it. Swenson, or Thealgis, another Wildcat for Miles. Thealgis breaks the tackle, stiff arms of Tommy across the 25 near the 20. It was stiff arm Jonathan Muse. Thealgis with another Wildcat opportunity. He takes advantage this time across the 25 out to the 22. It's a gain of 22. And it's going to be a first down. About 2/3 of the way now through this opening quarter. As Thealgis in the Wildcat once again. Thealgis will take, he'll keep up the middle and taken down from behind. Nice tackle there from Jesse Haig. Thealgis takes it across the 20 and out to the 19. Pick up a 3 there for Thealgis. 3 carries for 21 yards. First time either team's been in the other team's red zone here today. Whipple's back in at quarterback for the Vikings, directing traffic there with 2 right, Brooks Baco to the left. Whipple takes the snap. It's going to be a screen pass. Trickery. Wide open man has to come back to the ball, and he catches it. And he's able to stretch out close and out of bounds, I think, at the 1. A little trickery. Luke Starcevic finds Hunter Bindis for the reception. And that goes down to about the 1. Maybe the 2. But we'll give it the 1-yard line. So pickup of 18 by Bindis from Luke Starcevic. Trying to imitate his brother there. And so it'll be 1st and goal at the 1. Thealgis tripped up. I don't think he got it. He's short. 2nd and goal. The Tommy defense stands tall there with under 3 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Again, Kindred won the toss. They deferred to the second half. So Kindred trying to establish the early momentum. And 2nd and goal here. Thealgis no yards on the play. And they'll try it again. Thealgis will try it again, and he spun around. He got in this time. Touchdown, Miles Thealgis.
Miles Thealgis, 1 yard from the touchdown.
Makes it 6-0 on the Nodak Insurance Company. Agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks, and Lakota scoreboard. As Haley is on to kick the extra point. Isaac Spellhog will hold for the Vikings. Snap, spot, kick is up and high and onto the building. Straight through the uprights there for a 7-0 lead for the Kindred Vikings on the Nodak Insurance Company. Agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks, and Lakota scoreboard.
Is proud to manufacture tough, high-performance equipment right here in North Dakota. From our industry-defining Pro-Till high-speed discs, bulletproof bulldozer blades, and our robust, heavy-duty land rollers, we focus on support and make the experience of owning a Degelman unlike any other. Degelman, engineered tough in North Dakota.
Seven nothing on the Nodak Insurance Company. Agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks, and Lakota scoreboard. James Martins, Bailey Bryant at the camera here this evening. The Vikings, after they got an interception and then fumbled it back to Thompson. Thompson punts it, and the Vikings, they take it 9 plays, 56 yards, ending in a Miles Thealgis 1-yard rushing touchdown. Make it 7-0 Kindred. Haley with the kick. Coming up here for the Vikings. Again, if results hold, the Vikings clinch the number 1 seed in the A playoffs, 11A playoffs from Region 1. Good return there from Lovelace up the middle. Takes the ball there across the 25, out near the 30. They'll mark it, I believe, at the 29 or 28. Around there. So Thompson, technically their 3rd possession of the game, with 2:17 remaining here in the opening quarter. Average starting field position for the Tommies is their 26-yard line. As Krogstad, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Be a lot more throwing here tonight. Krogstad will hand it off, though, trying to get the run game going, and Juvie's back in there. So it's good sign to see. But unfortunately, Juvie doesn't get very far. It'll be a loss of 4 on the play. Back down to the 24. And the Tommy rushing game, 3 carries, -6 yards. Going the wrong way there. It's 2nd and a short 14. Nothing short about that, though. As we got about 90 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Krogstad trying to get away. He gets away momentarily, but he's brought down. Starcevic in on the sack. As well, Kelby Erdman in there as well. Lieutenant Johnson also, they all share the sack. It's a 3rd and long. They'll spot the ball back at the 20. On the sack. 3rd and 18. Tommies, again, of course, they'll have to snap it before the end of the first quarter, and we might get our first timeout here, and it looks like we will. Timeout on the field, 7-0 on the Nonek Insurance Company. Agent Chris Moe and Grand Forks Dakota scoreboard. Kindred with the lead late in the first.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
Coming out of this Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. More information online at kindredstatebank.com. Kindred with the 7-0 lead. Again, if results hold, they are your Region 1 champions. They'll be the number 1 seed into the postseason in a couple of weeks. They'll take on the 4 seed from Region 2, which probably is going to be determined by a game tonight in Carrington, as Carrington hosts rugby. That game also on yourliveevent.com. A little reverse from Jan to Schumacher, tossing it down the field towards Cash Danner, and it is incomplete. Little trickeration there for Thomas Schumacher. Again, if you listen to the pregame, you heard Brady Schwab saying, we're going to try some things. We're going to try some things tonight, and you've seen him try a lot of things. Why not, right? You got nothing to lose. Top-ranked team in the state. Tommies know their back is against the wall, and, well, if you lose to a quality team like Kindred, well, so has everybody else that's played them. So might as well give some things a shot, see if they work. If not, well, then you're not for worse. As Jan is able to get a knuckleball on a few hops, gets to Brooks Bacco to the 45-40. Got a flag out as he gets to about the 30-yard line, but we'll see what the flag's going to be here. And Kindred will, of course, have the ball. 36 seconds left in the opening quarter. And it will be holding on the return. So this ball will be coming around the 45 of Thompson. And they'll mark it 1 yard closer at the 44. So Kindred, well, their average starting field position is midfield. The Vikings take over for their second full possession of the game, and we get a timeout. Gabe Whipple. Not sure what the issue was. I don't know that he knows either, as Kindred will take a timeout. Well, I guess we never cleared the Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout sign, so we're going to go into another Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martins, Bailey Bryant on the camera here this evening. In beautiful Thompson, I'm kind of kicking myself, but you may not be if you saw the Northern Lights over the last week. They've been spectacular. Heard some great reports north of Fargo and between Hillsboro and Mayville. I'm sure south of Thompson as well. And further out west and north, of course, the further west and north you go, the better your chances to see them. And so if you did, kudos to you. And again, this freakishly warm weather had 70s in the middle of October. Not typical for North Dakota. But both teams out there certainly enjoying the atmosphere. And the Vikings, after using their first timeout, they will trot out onto the field with Whipple and company. 2 left, 1 right. As it's a 1st and 10 for the Vikings, trying to increase their lead. Brock Johnson in the backfield with Whipple as well. Man in motion, that's a Spellhog. Back to pass, pressure coming. He evades pressure as the Tommies are trying to swat the ball out instead of maybe going for a tackle. And Whipple scampers for a nice 6-7 yard gain. And they're going to say he got out a little bit sooner than that, out to the 41. So it is a 2nd and 7. Again, pressure was coming. Didn't quite see the number on the edge there. Might have been Carter Peterson who's on that side. Coming around, trying to knock the ball out. Could have got a sack, possibly, but Whipple evaded the swat. And again, picked up 3 yards on the scamper. 2nd and 7. Could be the final play of the opening quarter. As Whipple takes the snap, back to pass. Pressure coming. Peterson slams Whipple to the ground as he got rid of the ball. And this one could go to the end zone, and it will. Despite taking a big hit, it's a big touchdown. 41 yards to Hunter Bindis. Hunter Bindis with the touchdown. And Kindred extends their lead. Haley's on for the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. Dead center for Andrew Haley. Hunter Bindis, 41-yard receiving touchdown from Whipple. And I believe that's his first pass of the game. 14-0 Kindred with the lead. We'll keep it here with 16 seconds left in the opening quarter. Bindis, 2 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown from 2 different quarterbacks. And again, Whipple took a giant hit on that play. Carter Peterson, free range at the quarterback. And so the Vikings, again, with that 14-0 advantage. Again, with the loss tonight, Thompson's eliminated. And other results go the way they could, the way they probably will. We'll have our 4 playoff teams from Region 1. Kindred, of course, already in, as is Central Cass and EEK. Not outright, but based on tiebreakers, as they have head-to-head sweeps over Thompson. Haley with the kickoff here. And boots. Lovelace will haul it in at the 14, up to the 20, 25, and he stood up there just across the 25. With 10 seconds to go here in this opening quarter. Well, spotted there at the 26. That's the average starting field position tonight for Thompson. And they'll probably have one play to finish out this opening quarter. Krogstad in to deliver the play. As again, the Vikings, they've allowed just one touchdown in the last 5 weeks, plus a quarter of play. Split showing. And Krogstad with the keeper, and he won't get much there. I think he might have lost yards, actually. As that'll end the opening quarter. On the Nodak Insurance Company agent Chris Moe and Grand Forks and Dakota scoreboard, Kindred 14, Thompson 0.
There was an idea
to bring together a group of remarkable people.
So when they needed us, the call is answered.
We need to get the right protection to as many people as we can.
We need to protect as many as we can.
We will.
We don't give up. Get the right protection for your lifestyle. Go to IRIinsurance.com to get a free quote and consultation.
Time now for our Goldmark commercial in-game update. From commercial land to farmland, from office to industrial, Goldmark Commercial has the skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs. Go online to goldmarkcommercial.com to connect with their expert team of trusted agents. Kindred with a 14-0 lead. They on their two full possessions. They were able to march the ball down the field. Nice drive, about 9 plays. Miles Thielges with a quarterback keeper 1 yard out for the score. And needed just one play on their second drive. 41-yard touchdown catch by Hunter Bendis to make it 14-0. Andrew Haley with a couple of extra points out there as well. Thompson, interception, punt, and punt. They had one first down in the first quarter. Still working on negative rushing yards. It's a 2nd and 10 on the 26 after Gavin Crox's quarterback keeper goes for zip. Hands it off to Josh Juvie this time. Juvie up the left-hand side, stiff-arming a Viking, getting past a couple of Vikings as well, and he gets near the first down marker out to the 35. It'll be 3rd and 1. Oh, now they're moving. Nope, I think he got enough. He did. Out to the 37. So a gain of 11 for Josh Juvie. And now the Tommies have positive rushing yards. 5 positive rushing yards. Second first down of the game as well for the Tommies. 1st and 10 at their own 37. Croxton on the keeper, rolls to the right. Tries to cut back up the field. Good containment there from Baco and Bendis. For no gain on the play for Gavin Krogstad. It'll be a 2nd and, I'll give him a yard. 2nd and 9. As the Tommies in with wins this year in the region over Hillsborough Central Valley and Northern Cass, that great overtime victory a couple weeks ago on the anniversary of the 50th homecoming. Croxton on the 2nd and 9, back to pass, steps up in the pocket and is intercepted. Good read there by Spellhog. 2nd pick of the game of the Vikings. He looks to take it back to the house, and he won't quite get there as Isaac Spellhog picks off Krogstad. 2nd interception of the game, the 9th interception of the season for Kindred. They're averaging over 1 pick a game. And that sets the Vikings up at the Thompson 10 with 10:24 remaining here in this opening half. Off the Spellhog interception, maybe just inside the 10 at about the 9 3/4. So 2nd time Kindred has entered the Thompson red zone. Of course, that 41-yard bomb came outside the red zone in the last possession for Kindred. 2 left, 1 right. Whipple rolls to his left. Pressure coming from Krogstad, and it's incomplete. I believe that's our first incomplete pass of the game. Krogstad with a couple of, Schumacher with an incompletion as well. First incompletion for Kindred. Krogstad also, his 2 incompletions are both interceptions. 4 of 6 for 25 yards and 2 picks for Gavin Krogstad on the game. Kindred between Whipple and Luke Starcevic, 2 for 3 for 59 yards and a touchdown. Both completions going to Hunter Bindus. 10 on the play clock. Break the huddle here with 10:19 to go in the opening half. To right, Baco to the left-hand side. Thielgis is the carrier, and he slithers his way towards the end zone. We have a flag as well. So we'll see how that one goes. I believe 1 penalty against each side. A holding on a return for Kindred and a false start against Thompson. So this one is going to go against Kindred. They're backing up here. Looks like a holding out there again. And we'll see what the official call is. And it is indeed holding on the Vikings. Moves the ball back 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and so that'll move it back to, I think it is, on the line, back to the 20. So 2nd and goal from just inside the 20. 3 right, 1 left here. Everybody comes in this time. As man in motion now goes Spellhog. Whipple takes the snap, back to pass. And Whipple over the middle of the field for an incompletion to Brooks Baco. 3rd and goal. Whipple throws back-to-back incompletions. That was a good block as well by Brock Johnson to give Whipple some extra time, but Baco couldn't quite haul it in. It's a 3rd and goal. So how good is Andrew Haley's leg? Looks like Kindred will, I'm sure, think of this as 4-down territory, but you never know where they get. So 3 right, 1 left here. As Spellhog, man in motion again. Takes the snap, Whipple, there's another flag, rips it out, got his man, Spellhog on the left-hand side. Triple tackled there, in on the stop there for the Tommies. Lead the way was Brady Ripplinger. It's going to go, I believe, against Kindred again. So we'll see. And I believe Schwab accepted the penalty. Illegal shift on Kindred is the call. And they'll keep the down. So another penalty there. Kindred shooting themselves in the foot. They're going backwards. Started just inside the 10, now just inside the 25, at about the 24. 3rd and a long goal. You're under 10 minutes remaining in the opening half. A 14-0 lead for the Vikings. Whipple takes the snap, back to pass. Pressure coming from Krogstad. Krogstad trying to chase him down, and Whipple throws it away, but there's nobody there. Doesn't get to the line of scrimmage. That is IG. Intentional grounding there as Whipple's got to throw it a little bit further down the field. As just a disastrous drive there for the Vikings after they had a great start of possession inside the 10. So intentional grounding, that's a loss of down. And it's now 4th down and forever. On the 3rd penalty of the drive. 4th and goal at the Thompson 40. So they went from a 1st and goal inside the 10 to a 4th and 40. And Kindred's got no choice now but to punt it away. Brooks Baco out to punt it away to Thomas Schumacher. There's the snap, and the punt is a boomer by Baco, and that just goes through the end zone, come back out to the 20. So Thompson takes over here, 9:20 to go in the opening half. And ball spotted at their own 20. Yard line. And so Thompson gets another chance here. Their 5th drive. Their previous drives ended in a pair of punts and a pair of interceptions. So pick, punt, then punt, pick. So Thompson trying to get something going here. Their defense, or actually it was more Kindred's penalties, costing them a chance to continue to push the lead and keep Thompson in it. Krogstad on the keeper once again. Finds some room. Nice cuts for Gavin Krogstad. He's able to stumble forward. They should give him the spot across the 30, and they do. Out to about the 32. 32-yard line there. A gain of 12 for Gavin Krogstad on the quarterback keeper. And so about the 32 and a half maybe. And so the Tommies will pick up a good first down here to get themselves some breathing room. And the Tommies trying to pull off the biggest upset of the season and keep their season alive as well. Handoff, Juvie. Juvie cuts the left-hand side, and he's going to lose a yard or two. It'll be a 2nd and long there for the Tommies. And marked down back again at the 30. 2nd and 12 there. 14-0 Kindred with the lead on the Nodak Insurance Company. Agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks, and Dakota scoreboard. And all the Region 1 games going on here on yourliveevent.com. Plus the Carrington Rugby contest as well on the North Dakota side. Krogstad back to pass. Down the field towards Danner, and nearly intercepted there by Brooks Baco. And it'll be a 3rd and 12. First incompletion by Gavin Krogstad that was not an interception. So after a good first down rush, it's a 3rd and long there for the Tommies, who have not been able to get the ball past midfield so far tonight. Closest they've gotten previously was their own 42. So need, which is where they need, by the way, for the first down. Krogstad in the gun, 2 left, takes the snap, back to pass. Pressure coming, pocket collapsing. Krogstad gets away, high jumps. A pass out to the 33 or so. A little leap in the air there to Juvie. They'll mark the ball down at the 34. Gain of 4 to be 4th and 8. And the punt team comes on here for the Tommies. Hard to believe Josh Juvie has more receiving yards than rushing yards. 9 receiving yards and 5 rushing yards. For Juvie. 2 returners back for the Vikings. As a snap, another short punt. It's blocked, but it does take a Tommy roll. And Kindred gets great field position, we'll say, at the Kindred 40, or the Thompson 42. 7.5 to go here in this opening half. So a lot of sluggishness by both offenses tonight. Only one drive, despite one of them being a score, one of the ones that didn't go this far being a score, only one drive has gone past 4 plays tonight, either offense. As Whipple will hand it off. Kylan Swenson gets an extra bounce. He cuts back up the field the other side, got blockers ahead of him. And we got tons of flags out there, or one flag in particular. This one's going to come back, despite Kylan Swenson doing some heroics out there. But yeah, this one's going to come back. I'm about 99% sure of that. As this is in the last, well, they've had 4 penalties now. This would be the 4th one in the last 5 plays for Kindred. Block in the back. So 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And Kindred just going the wrong way here. Uncharacteristic there from the Vikings. Ball will be spotted at the 49. So 1st and 17 on the penalty. And we get a timeout called by Thompson. Their second of the game. 7:14 to go in the opening half. Kindred with the lead, but shooting themselves in the foot. 14-0 on the Nodak Insurance Company. Agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
On the Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. Let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests from banking to insurance. More information online, kindredstatebank.com. James Martins, Bailey Bryant on the camera here this evening. The Kindred Vikings, 4 penalties in the last, if you don't count the punt, 4 offensive plays. It's a first and a short 15. There's a handoff up the middle, virtually untouched to the second level, breaks 1 tackle. Johnson's off to the races. Touchdown, Kindred. Brock Johnson, who's been more like Block Johnson all game because he hasn't gotten a lot of touches. In fact, that's his first touch of the game, and it goes for 40-plus yards and a touchdown. 49-yard touchdown there for Brock Johnson. And the extra point is good as well. So a couple of big plays for the Kindred Vikings help turn a 14-0 lead into a 21-0 lead on the Nodak Insurance Company. Agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
21-0 here, quarter number 2. Thompson doing a lot of good things, but unfortunately they let a couple of big plays slide by. The blocking for Kindred has been on the line has been absolutely tremendous tonight, creating absolute gaps where runners have been virtually untouched as Brock Johnson certainly found his way easily to the end zone, 41 yards out. First touchdown of the night, 3rd touchdown for the Vikings as a team, and Haley kicks it right to Lovelace, and Lovelace goes left and slides a little bit and scampers forward there out near the 25. The Tommies will take over there once again inside their own 25. And Thompson's been able to do some things tonight, but not too much. Not been able to extend a drive past the 4th play all night tonight. And 3 touchdowns by 3 different Vikings. Theolgis with a 1-yard rush, Bindis with a 41-yard catch, and Johnson with a 49-yard rush. A couple of interceptions as well, and a couple of sacks thrown in there for the Kindred defense. 1st and 10, Krogstad, handoff. Looks like Juvie out there. And goes for nothing. 2nd and long here for the Tommies. Again, the big game this year, the big loss for the Tommies was against Oaks. That's been the one, 34-22. That was the game that Oaks kind of resurrected their season, and they've won 3 straight to be on the edge of booking their spot in the postseason. There's no gain on the play for Juvie, makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23. 3 right, 1 left here for Krogstad on the 2nd and 10. Takes the snap, back to pass, pressure coming, steps up in the pocket. Krogstad with those long legs, giving him some more opportunities, but it's going to be a sack there. As Tannen Johnson, Kelby Erdman in on the slight sack. Brings up 3rd and 11. Back on the 22. As the Tommies certainly taking their time here, trying to soak in their last home contest of the season. Next week they're on the road at Lisbon. Close things out. Back to pass over the middle. Peterson with the catch and should have enough for a first down. Out to the 35. Good grab there for Peterson. His first catch of the contest. They'll mark it a yard beyond that of the 34. He did the 33 for a first down, so a pickup of 12. Nice connection between Krogstad and Peterson. Peterson's 2nd catch of the game. 6th completion. He's got 2 completions each to 3 different receivers, does Gavin Krogstad. Under 5 minutes to go here in this opening half. Krogstad and the Tommies do not have more than 1 first down on any drive tonight. Krogstad towards the sticks. Baco blanketed coverage of Cash Danner. Danner's first catch of the game. And across the 35 out to the 38. It'll be a little ahead of the 37. So it'll be call it 2nd and a long 6 here. On the catch by Danner. Three left, 1 right here. Krogstad. Nice chuck out of the backfield for Schumacher. And Schumacher's able to pick up some additional yards. And the Tommies churning up the field here as they move the ball to the 41. It's a 3rd and a slight couple. Schumacher's able to pick up 3 more. As we get a whistle here and... Okay, nope. And they're going to bump the play clock up there for Krogstad and company. 3:39 remaining here in this opening half. 21-0 Kindred. And they've shut out their opponent in 4 of the last 5 contests. Kindred would at least like to not make it 5 out of 6. 3rd and short. Krogstad going to keep it. Runner coming from behind. Krogstad stumbles his way to the 45. It's a first down. First drive of the night tonight where Thompson has gotten multiple first downs, and they've stretched the ball the farthest they've gotten it all night long to their own 45. Gain of 4 there for Krogstad and the Tommies. And Thompson, if they're going to have any chance tonight, you got to think they got to score on this drive. Give themselves some good momentum. It's their longest drive of the night as well. This is play number 7 of the drive and a fresh set of downs. 2 left, 1 right here for Krogstad and company. Krogstad takes the snap and throws it a little beyond Schumacher. Makes it a 2nd and 10. A lot of work tonight for Gavin Krogstad, as that was his 12th pass of the game already. He's also carried the ball 4 times. The rest of the team has accounted for 1 pass and 6 carries. 2nd and 10 of their own 45, 3:27 remaining here in this opening half. Started at 7 o'clock sharp, 6:59. We're on the way towards completing a first half of football in an hour. Inside handoff goes nowhere, a loss of a yard. I believe for Josh Juvie. Brings up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 at their own 44. So the Tommies need the 45 of Kindred for the first down. And they might try to take this in 2 plays. Again, backs against the wall. Thompson needs to win out, and Oaks needs to lose out in order for the Tommies to get in. That's the simplest way they get in, and I believe the only way they get in. Inside handoff to Peterson, and the Vikings sniff it out. A loss of 3 to the 41, and it'll be 4th and long. Erdman has been an animal tonight for Kindred. Or actually, that's Andrew Haley out there, but Erdman has been an animal tonight, and Haley with the big stop. 4th and long, and we get a timeout on the field. 2:33 to go in the opening half. Kindred lead 21-0. Looks like they're going to get the ball back pretty soon.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Coming out of this Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. James Martins, Bailey Bryant on the camera here this evening. Charlie Yon on the punt once again for the Tommies. 4 punts, or 3 punts. No, if 4 punts. 4 punts and 2 picks and 6 drives tonight for the Tommies. Was their most promising drive of the night is Yon. Nice punt. It drops at the 36. We get a whistle, though. And I don't know what happened there. Well, I thought there was a clean punt, but I wonder if the knee came down on that punt before he punted away. So the Vikings will take over just inside the Kindred 30 as Brock Johnson is able to stumble over Josh Juvie. It's a hard thing to do. As the Vikings go hurry up. 2nd and 5 there. Whipple. Empty backfield there. As he takes the snap, back to pass. Looking over the middle. Got his man. It's incomplete. Overthrew the intended receiver there in Sawyer Hess. Brings up a 3rd and 5. Off the incompletion there by Whipple. He's thrown 3 straight incompletions now. 3rd and 5 on the 24 there. Just needs to get inside the 20 for a first down. Kindred with 1 timeout left. And on the 3rd down, handoff, Johnson. And blockaded there by Jan and Juvie. Brings up 4th down. They'll move the ball across the 25 to the 24 for a gain of a yard for Johnson. It's a 4th and 4. And the Vikings, of course, go for it here with 95 seconds left in the opening half, already with a 21-0 advantage. 3 right, none left there for Kindred. Whipple rolling to his right. Passing, caught by Bacco. Tackled by Cash Danner. Brooks Bacco completes, or gets across, well across the first down marker. As Kindred marching towards their 4th score of the game. And they'll spot the ball here at the 10. So a pickup of 14 there for Brooks Baco. His first catch of the game. First and goal for Whipple and company. Whipple takes the snap, screen out to Spellhog, and Isaac Spellhog scampers into the end zone for the touchdown. Spellhog's first touchdown of the game. Makes it 27-0 Kindred with 55 seconds to go here in the opening half. Haley on to attempt his fourth extra point of the contest. He's 3 for 3 so far. Snap, spot, kick is pooched up, and it's good. So 55 seconds to go here in the opening half. Kindred up big over Thompson, 28-0 on the Nodak Insurance Company. Chris Moen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard.
Hi, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
On the Nodak Insurance Company, Chris Moen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard. Kindred 28, Thompson 0 after a technically going down as a turnover on downs as Charlie Yon's knee hit the ground before the punt went through the air. And so that gave the Kindred the ball just inside the 30. They were able to take it 5 plays and about 30 yards for Isaac Spellhog, 10-yard receiving touchdown. Extra point, fourth of the night for Haley was good. 28-0 Kindred on their way to another Region 1 championship. As a nice knuckleball through the air, it's collected by Carter Peterson. Peterson ahead of steam up the field, and he's taken down there. 48 seconds to go here in the opening half. Likely the final drive of the half. And they'll spot the ball on Thompson 27. I imagine we'll get, with just one timeout left for Thompson, we'll get running play or two here, and that'll take us to halftime. High formation. Krogstad, it is a handoff. Josh Juvie gets to the second level. We got a flag coming out, though, 40-45, and he's wrapped up there at midfield, but it looks like this one will be coming back. And it was a good tackle there for Tyson Johnson. There's 2 flags out there to sort out. And at least one will go against Thompson. Pergad getting the explanation there from our official. 38 seconds remaining in this opening half. A lot of penalties thrown in tonight's contest. That's okay. And this one going back. 2 fouls, both against Thompson. Personal foul on the Tommies and then holding on the Tommies. That'll be accepted. And so it'll be first and long there for the Tommies. So that'll move the ball back there to about the 17. And so Tommy's an even longer way to go, and 38 seconds left. I think they're content with just handing this ball off and going to the half, and well, timeout called by Thompson. Another Kindred State Bank, Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. So Thompson, they definitely have done some things right in this half, but just let a couple of big plays go against them and a couple of simple miscues as the Kindred Vikings look well primed for a deep postseason run. Again, we'll have a lot more coming up here on our halftime reports, so stick around for that. We'll give stats and analysis and have a look at the scores at half as well. So Kindred, likely one more play to go here in this opening half. High formation there, Krogstad with fullback Peyton Kanan, along with Josh Juvie. Juvie gets the call out to the left-hand side, and that should just about do it for the half. Juvie with a loss of couple yards. Call it a couple-yard loss there for Josh Juvie. As that will wind its way down, the clock will to the end of the first half. On the Nodak Insurance Company, Agent Chris Moen. Grand Forks and Dakota scoreboard. It's all Kindred in the opening half, 28-0 over Thompson.
Halstead Telephone Company is now accepting applications for a full-time customer service representative. Primary duties is to provide customer care on inbound calls and for walk-in traffic, provide proactive sales to customers and administrative duties following the sale of products and services, complete general bookkeeping and other office duties as assigned. Halstead Telephone Company provides a competitive wage and generous benefits package including health, dental, vision, paid vacation, sick time, and retirement. Go to the website for more information, halsteadtel.com/careers. Position will remain open until filled.
At Ironhide, we like to have our sales guys cater to the owners of the businesses or the customers that they're trying to help out to actually find a solution to their problem. We understand that customers have a job to do, and we strive to keep that job going without interruption.
We've invested so heavily in this facility, but bigger than that, in the people.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Hi, I'm Sonia at the Lighting Gallery. When you walk through our doors at the Lighting Gallery, we're so much more than lighting. We have an incredible selection of sofas, dining room table and chairs, accent chairs, area rugs, pillows, and other accessories and decor. We want your house to feel like a home. Visit us at the Lighting Gallery, located at 3622 South Washington Street in Grand Forks. See you soon.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Halftime here, our First Class Mortgage halftime show. The 5th and 6th graders out there playing some football. Future of Thompson and Kindred, I believe. Nice catch, but dropped. A lot of dropped opportunities there for the Thompson Tommies as they trail the Kindred Vikings 28-0 at the half. Again, on our First Class Mortgage halftime show. Stats and storyline of the game here for you. The Tommies got the ball and threw it right to Kylan Swenson to start off the game. Swenson with the interception, took it about 30 or so yards, and then fumbled the ball to give it back to Thompson. Thompson would get the ball back, but after a Thompson punt, after 3 and out, on a second chance, Kindred would take their first full drive of the game. They would take it 9 plays, 56 yards in about 5 minutes. Miles Thiel just with a 1-yard quarterback keeper. Extra point was good to make it 7-0. The Vikings would add on another interception, a few more sacks on the defense as well, and 3 more offensive touchdowns by 3 different players. A touchdown pass from Gabe Whipple to Hunter Bendis from 41 yards out on the Vikings' next full offensive possession. And after a Vikings possession after that saw 3 penalties on 3 plays, the Vikings took over after a punt to get a 49-yard touchdown run from Brock Johnson. Extra points, of course, good on the second and third touchdowns. And then on their next offensive possession, Kindred scored again, taking a downed punt. 10-yard passing touchdown to Isaac Spellhog from Whipple. Extra point was good to make the score here 28-0. Take a look at the stats here for the contest. Team-wise, the Thompson Tommies have not been able to get the ball past their own end. They got it as far as the 45-yard line, their own 45-yard line. They've been able to muster just 17 total yards of offense. Actually, it's 14 total yards of offense. With Carter Peterson at -3, Charlie Yon -2, and Josh Juvie at 2 positive yards. Gavin Krogstead, the only other positive rusher for the Tommies, with 17 rushing yards. Krogstead through the air, 7 of 12, 58 yards passing and 2 interceptions. Thomas Schumacher also threw an incompletion in the first half. Schumacher's your leading receiver for the Tommies, your second leading receiver for the Tommies. 3 catches, 17 yards. Cash Danner, a catch for 4. Carter Peterson, 2 catches for 18, and Josh Juvie, 2 catches for 9 yards. On the Kindred side, Gabe Whipple is 3 for 6, 50% pass completion for 66 yards and a pair of touchdowns. And Hunter Bendis, the leading receiver, 2 catches for 51 yards. Luke Starcevic threw an 18-yard pass as well in the first half. Brooks Bacco, pass for 14. Isaac Spellhog, a catch of 10. Bacco, catch of 14. On the ground, Kylan Swenson, 3 carries for 16 yards. Brock Johnson, 3 carries for 47 yards. Gabe Whipple, a carry for 3, and Miles Thiel just has 5 carries for 22 yards. Not a lot of rushing going on either side. A lot more passing going on. But again, Kindred, a couple of big plays on offense, a couple of big plays on defense with a couple of interceptions tonight, a couple of sacks as well. Thompson just not able to get much going, and that's kind of the stats and storyline in our First Class Mortgage halftime show. And First Class Mortgage, they're locally owned and operated, and they're more than just their company names, the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation, providing first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. More information online at firstclasscorp.com. On our First Class Mortgage halftime show, again at the half, Kindred 28, Thompson 0. Take a look around the scoreboard next.
Polar Communications. Innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
At the First Class Mortgage halftime show, yourliveevent.com. James Martin standing out here with you. Bailey Bryant on our camera as well. Take a look at some score updates. Score updates here all across the classes tonight as playoff positioning. Things are about to be finalized, especially in 9-man. We'll go to 11A here first. Region 1, Lisbon leading Hillsborough Central Valley 7-6 late in the opening half. The Broncos have the ball as well. Both teams eliminated from playoff contention. So just trying to play for some good feelings near the end of the season. Other Region 1 contests, let's see here. Central Cass blanking Oaks 21-0, and Ellendale Edgeley Cullum leading Northern Cass 14-6. Central Cass Oaks at the end of the first half. EEK Northern Cass, 8 minutes left to go in the opening half. Northern Cass would have needed to win out, and Thompson would have needed to lose out for them to stay alive. So if they can come back and beat EEK, and if results hold here, that means Northern Cass will still have a chance at the postseason going into their final game of the year against Hillsborough Central Valley. Other scores in 11-man A. Region 2, Botno beating Grafton 35-12, about to eliminate the spoilers with 6 minutes to go here in the contest. Carrington leading Rugby 21-6 at the start of the third. Again, if Carrington wins that game, they lock up at least the fourth spot. Rugby would be eliminated from playoff contention as well. And Langdon Area Moore Munich, it's a final. They beat Park River Area 21-6. And so Park River is eliminated from playoff contention. So again, Grafton about to be eliminated from playoff contention. And if Carrington holds on to Rugby, we'll have the 4 teams in Region 2. And we could have the 4 teams in Region 1 as well. If all those results hold, we'll have the 4 teams also in Region 1. So we'll have all the 8 teams on the east side of the state in 11A. Just not exactly sure where they will go. Southern McLean leading Bowman County 14-6. Bishop Ryan leading Ray Powers Lake 20-7 at halftime. Number 4 Killdeer beating up Beulah 48-4. Stanley blanking Ned Rose 8-0. DLB blanking Surrey 48-0 as well. And Harvey Wells County leading Turtle Mountain big 48-6. Turtle Mountain would also be eliminated from playoff contention with a loss. 9-man big game, number 4 versus number 5. Linton HMB, Strasburg, Zeeland leading number 5 Central McLean 24-8. Maple River blanking Enderlin 24-0 at the end of the first half. The Raiders look to be on their way to the postseason. Another game we're watching, Mayport CG blanking Richland 26-0. So if both those results hold, it would be Griggs-Dakota, number 1 in that region, Region 2 9-man. Then it would be Maple River, and then it would be Mayport CG. And we have not finalized, of course, our postseason plans yet. But those are kind of the regions we are looking at this time. Other 9-man scores, big one right now, Cavalier. They lead receive votes North Border 16-14 at half. Griggs-Dakota blanking Tri-State 30-0. Number 2 New Rockford Cheyenne taking care of business against Hatton North at 47-8. North Prairie blanking St. John 30-0 so far. Other scores, Lemoore Litchfield Marion. Top team of the state, they're blanking Sargent County 46-0. Number 3 Western Newburgh Glenburn in a little bit of a battle with Mohall Lansford Sherwood 38-20 at the end of the first half. Weimar Lidgerwood and Hankinson, both teams are into the playoffs, just going to be about seeding, tied at 8 at halftime as well. Nelson County leading Larimore 12-6 also. 11 AA scores. West Fargo Horace beats Devils Lake 42-0. In the 2-3 matchup, Central and South tied at 24. Red River trails Wahpeton at halftime 14-12. We talked to Vern Muir on the coaches show this week. He says, don't look past Wahpeton. And I know his team isn't. That's the most points Red River's allowed in a long time as well. Valley City leading Watford City 12-6. Jamestown leading St. Mary's 7-0 as well. And Minot North leading Dickinson 21-7. 11 AAA, number 2 Minot leading big over Mandan 32-14. Legacy leading Bismarck 26-14. Number 4 Century leading Williston 42-6. Number 1 Davies edging West Fargo 14-6. And number 3 Cheyenne blowing out Fargo North 36-0. Second half is next as that wraps up our First Class Mortgage halftime show on YourLiveEvent.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
On the Nodak Insurance Company, Agent Chris Mullen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard as we start second half. Kindred leading Thompson 28-0. The Vikings look to be well on their way, barring a absolute catastrophe there for Kindred. Look to be on their way to the region championship. Thompson clinging on to some hopes that they can make a valiant comeback and upset these top-ranked Vikings. Kindred, they got to switch sides. Yeah, Kindred will get the ball to start the second half. The Vikings won the toss and deferred. Kindred a touchdown away from the running clock as well. So this first drive of the second half, all important to try and get that going. Eric Burgad and the Vikings get well on their way to a home playoff game in a couple of weeks. Kindred, by the way, looking at their schedule, they will round out the season at home against Oaks. After back-to-back road games, they've been on the road 4 out of the last 5 games after starting the season at home each of the first 3. Or starting the season at 2 of the 3 games at home. Little squibber there for the Tommies, and that rolls and is picked up there on the far side. Nice retrieval there, cuts up the field, out towards the 45 goes Braden Olson, excuse me. As the Vikings will get things going here to start the second half. And they'll spot the ball there at their own 44. Again, Gabe Whipple and company coming out there. Get no Jake Starcevic once again this week with the injury bug. They hope to have him back for the playoffs. Again, if the Vikings win this contest, they will, again, lock up the number 1 seed, so they won't be able to gain anything additionally unless you're looking at seeding. Miles Steelges, quarterback keeper, to the 50, up the field, across the 45, out to about the 44, 43. First down there for Kindred. Cash Danner on the stop there for the Tommies. They'll mark it at the 45. It is good enough for a first down on a Theologist gain of 11. Well, Theologist was the second leading rusher, only to Brock Johnson, but that's kind of inflated with that big 41-yard carry.
We got a car with some lights on in the end zone, right by the goalpost. Please shut them off. Please shut the car headlights off in the end zone. Thank you.
So 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Theologist stays in as the Wildcat. As the quarterback yelled it off, Brock Johnson, goodbye! Brock Johnson, another big one. 45 yards this time.
Brock Johnson, 45 yards for the touchdown.
And 34-0 Kindred. Pretty much seals the deal there. With an extra point coming up for Haley. So that will establish running clock here for the rest of the game, unless Thompson scores. 35-0 Kindred, number 1 ranked team in the state, showing that even without their star quarterback, they can win some games big time. On the Nodak Insurance Company, agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard. On the Nodak Insurance Company, agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard. Kindred 35, Thompson 0. And the Tommies, we're looking like they will see their season coming to an end next week on the road at Lisbon. Again, Kindred, Central Cass, and EK already wrapping up playoff spots. Wins last week. Oaks and Thompson was basically the last spot left to fill, and Thompson would have had to win out, and Oaks would have had to lose out in order for Thompson to have a shot next week. As Andrew Haley going to kick it away here. Boots it away for the Vikings, and Danner hauls it in, dropped it, but picked it back up, and Cash Danner will be tackled there. Not much of a gain there. Thompson will start with the ball on their first possession of the second half. First team still trots out there as ball spotted at the 15. Looks like the 15, 16. They will start it at the 16-yard line for a Tommy squad. It's not gotten into Kindred's side of the 50 today. Gavin Krogstad, and again, the first unit back out there for the Tommies. Krogstad takes the snap, back to pass, and he's going to go down. Big sack here. Luke Starcevic in on another sack, along with Lincoln Swenson. Big loss there for the Tommies. It'll be a second down there. And 20. Ball spotted at the Tommy 6. I believe that's 4 or 5 sacks in this game for the Kindred defense. That selfless defensive line, as Eric Bergan mentioned there on the pregame. As second down and long, and it's not quite a safety. It's a big loss there. Or the Vikings down at the 1, I think. Third and long there. Mark it at the 2. Loss of 4 there for Josh Juvie. Third and forever there for the Tommies. Look back at a couple of games here this season. Of course, did get wins over Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Northern Cass. This year, definitely have a chance at Lisbon next week as we get a whistle. Stoppage of play here, and it's going to be an offensive penalty, half the distance to the goal, so we'll go from the 2 to the 1. Looks like an illegal substitution against the Tommies. So again, it's third and forever at the 1. Krogstad thrown out of his end zone to Juvie, but he's sacked. He's tackled in the end zone. Safety. Makes it 37-0. As Juvie loses a yard on the catch. And so, we'll have a safety kick. 8:42 to go in the third quarter. Kindred 37, Thompson zip on the Nodak Insurance Company. Chris Moen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard.
Hi, I'm Sonia at the Lighting Gallery. When you walk through our doors at the Lighting Gallery, we're so much more than lighting. We have an incredible selection of sofas, dining room table and chairs, accent chairs, area rugs, pillows, and other accessories and decor. We want your house to feel like a home. Visit us at the Lighting Gallery, located at 3622 South Washington Street in Grand Forks. See you soon.
37-0 as the Tommy free kick after the safety. Send it back there to the Vikings. And well establishing the running clock here. By the way, sometime tomorrow, the bracket should be released for the 9-man postseason, which begins next week. Stay tuned to your live events for our coverage updates. On a couple of hops, it's collected there by, looks like Braden Olson once again. Kindred back with the ball, 8:36 to go in the third. On the Thompson side of the 50-yard line, it was spotted at the Tommy 38. So Kindred comes back out there, still with the most of the first unit there. Whipple comes out there with Johnson, Brock Johnson, a couple of big touchdowns here tonight. 2 of the 5 touchdowns going to Johnson, giving some nice blocks as well. Spellhog, the catch. He's got a touchdown as well. Spellhog cuts up the field, so hard to tackle as he does get to the 25. Isaac Spellhog, 6'3", 180. As that'll move the ball down to the 25, a pickup of 13 on the pass from Whipple. 79 yards passing for Gabe Whipple tonight. 20 minutes left in regulation. 2/3 of a third and all the fourth left to be played. Whipple takes it back to pass. Chucks it over the middle. Got his man wide open. Touchdown, Kindred. That looks to be Jack McDonald. Jack McDonald had a touchdown. E-I-E-I, oh my. As Kindred has now bumped the score to 43-0. 25-yard touchdown catch by McDonald. And we'll get another extra point out there from Haley. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. Haley has been 6 for 6 tonight from extra points. On the Nodak Insurance Company, Chris Moen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard. Kindred 44, Thompson 0.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
44-0, Kindred leading Thompson big as the Vikings try to pick up their 5th shutout in the last 6 games. They've only allowed 7 points in the last 6 games, this one included. As again, new kicker out there for Kindred. That looks like Tanner Mengi will kick it off. Nice kickoff there. Hauled in there by Lovelace, and he gets clotheslined at the 30. Ooh, ouch. Pops right back up. That's good to see there for Thompson. 7:08 to go here in the third quarter. Thompson will take over there at the, again, at their own 31. I think that might be their best starting field position of the night. Krogstad, Juvie, and the first unit still out there for the Tommies. Again, in their final home game, especially for the seniors, their last home game period, as that's nearly intercepted. Good deflection there for Eli Mack as the second unit is out there for Kindred. Start to mention some of the guys out there for Kindred. On the line, Chris Fryer. Also Hudson Kozowski. Teague Erdman out there on the line there for Kindred. Also Fisher Johnson out there for the Vikings. Got in the second area again, Tanner Mengi, Jack McDonald playing some coverage there. We mentioned Eli Mack with the smack. As Krogstad, deep shot, Schumacher with the catch. And he's tackled from behind by McDonald. Big catch. After an incompletion goes to Thomas Schumacher. Mark the ball down at the 15. A 54-yard pass from Krogstad to Schumacher. Schumacher now 4 catches for 71 yards. So Tommies at least try to get on the scoreboard and prevent the shutout. Krogstad in the gun, takes the snap. Quarterback keeper up the middle, and he is in for the score. Gavin Krogstad for the 15-yard touchdown. And the Tommies will at least get some points on there, 44-6. As they'll go for a, looks like an extra point here. Thomas Schumacher got the big catch. Beat the coverage down the field. Wouldn't have been for a Jack McDonald tackle. Schumacher would have got a big touchdown, but Krogstad takes it into the next play. Snap spot, kick is good for Thomas Schumacher. 44-7, the Tommies get on the board here. 4:44 to go in the third quarter from Thompson.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
On the Nodak Insurance Company, agent Chris Mullen, Grand Forks and Dakota scoreboard. Kindred 44, Thompson 7. Needed just 3 plays to get that ball 69 yards down the field. And the Tommies do something that only one other team has done in the last 6 weeks, and that's score. Against Kindred, Central Cass scored 7 points as well in the 48-7 loss. EEK was shut out, and Northern Cass was shut out, as well as Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Lisbon. All 4 of those teams shut out. Kindred has not allowed more than 7 points. Has allowed more than 7 points in only 1 game, and that was against Wahpeton when they allowed 12. A little pooch kick out there. It's returnable, and a nice set of tackles there as Clayton Altoff takes the return there for the Vikings. 4:37 to go here in the third quarter. And still with the running clock, as it's a 37-point advantage for the Vikings. They'll mark the ball at their own 29, one of their worst starting field positions of the game. In the play there, Johnson comes on the field a little bit late, 10 seconds. And I think we're going to get a timeout. Timeout called by Kindred. 4:37 to go here in the third quarter. On the Nodak Insurance Company, Chris Mullen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Coming out of this Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeouts. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. More information online at kindredstatebank.com. Final score, give some score updates here real quick. In Region 2, 11A, Botno beats Grafton 35-12. Carrington just scored. They're up now 28-14 on Rugby. 4 minutes left in the third. With a win, Carrington would clinch a playoff spot and eliminate Rugby from the postseason. Region 1, Lisbon, we still got a 7-6 lead late in the first half over Hillsborough Central Valley. As Kindred is back to play out of the timeout. Miles Zilgis will get the quarterback keeper. Carter Peterson wraps him up and helps him to the ground. Zilgis, it's a tackle for loss of a yard out to the 28. 2nd and 11. As the Vikings, of course, content to run down a fair amount of clock here. Got started with this game at 7 o'clock sharp, 6:59. Steele just looks like he's gonna stay out there. Play a little quarterback there. Nice comeback route there by Isaac Spellhog, but it's incomplete. Brings up a 3rd and 11. Steele just, that's his first pass of the game. By the way, Kindred has not punted yet in this contest. Or they have punted once. Punted one time back in the first half after that disastrous drive of penalties. But that's all they've punted today. 3rd and 11. 3:12 remaining here in this third quarter. Theelgis, back to pass. Good time to throw. He slings it out there, and it's nearly caught there by Sawyer Hess. As the pressure was coming there. But it'll be a 3 and out for the Vikings. So things getting slightly interesting here as the Tommies. Oh, here's the deal. The Tommies, they've got a chance to score. They can get another touchdown. They would score the most points against Kindred all season long. As back to punt it away, there is Tanner Mengi. Snap, and the punt is off cleanly. Nice high punt. And takes a Kindred roll inside the 35, out near about the 32. So 2:15 to go here in the third quarter. Again, the most points scored against this Kindred defense this season is 12. Wahpeton has that distinction. Everybody else scoring under 10. And so the Tommies get the ball back here. See if they put in their second unit. And it looks like they are putting in their second unit here. So it looks like Mason Applegren out there, quarterback for the Tommies. It's going to be a handoff, and Brock Johnson with a nice tackle there. Didn't quite see who the carry was on that. I believe that was Ryan Pennis. Pennis with a carry and a loss of a yard. Brings up a 2nd and 11. Under 2 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. As there's the snap, it's going to be a keeper there. On the run by Mac Mickelson, swallowed up there. To the 36. And it'll be 3rd and a short 6. So about, again, 67 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. 1 or 2 plays left to be played. Applegren back in there at quarterback, rolls to his right, tosses it up for grabs, and it's nearly picked off by Braden Olson. It's an incompletion, another 3 and out. Looks like we're going to get another punt out there. And so it'll be 10 seconds left in this third quarter. I imagine this will be the last play by the time the clock winds down after the return. As there's the snap. And Applegren's punt is blocked straight up into the air. Live ball as Kindred will recover inside the Thompson 35. Tanner Mengi had his name called a few times tonight. We'll stop the clock for a change of possession. On the block punt, Kindred's going to get the ball back at the Thompson 33. Kindred takes over here. Looks like 1 play left remaining in this third quarter. And we get another set of backups out there for the Vikings. Handoff. A few yards gained by Clayton Altoff. Jackson Schleeman in at quarterback. Up to the 25 for a gain of 8, and that will do it for the third quarter. The Nodak Insurance Company, Agent Chris Moe and Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard. Kindred 44, Thompson 7.
Degelman Industries is proud to manufacture tough, high-performance equipment right here in North Dakota. From our industry-defining Pro-Till high-speed discs, bulletproof bulldozer blades, and our robust, heavy-duty land rollers, we focus on support and make the experience of owning a Degelman unlike any other. Degelman, engineered tough in North Dakota.
It's a Goldmark commercial in-game update. Commercial land, farmland, from office to industrial. Goldmark Commercial has the skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs. GoldmarkCommercial.com. Again, 44-7. Kindred just 12 minutes away from clinching the number 1 seed in Region 1, hosting the 4 seed from Region 2. Could be a Kindred Carrington matchup. That's what it would be, I believe, if all results hold. But still some sorting to figure out there in Region 2. As we get another Wildcat ball carrier as he takes a ride across the 20. That's Braden Olson again. Olson on a good carry there for a first down. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 18. High formation. Takes the snap. Inside handoff. Few yards there. I believe for Mengi. As it'll be 2nd down and 4. Applegren on the stop there for Thompson. As the Vikings looking to crack 50 here. High formation there. For Schliemann, handoff, Mengi. And it brings up first down. 1st and goal at the 9 there for Kindred. Looking to punch it in for the 7th time this evening. They got a safety as well. As a little inside handoff going to the end zone, Braden Olson.
Braden Olson, 9 yards for the touchdown.
Braden Olson on a 9-yard touchdown rush. With the clock winding down inside of 10 minutes, 50-7. Kindred Vikings. Kindred has now scored 50 points or more for the 4th time this season. Their season high, 63 against Hillsborough Central Valley. They'll go for 2 here. As Mengi gets the call, and Mengi gets in.
Run for the 2-point conversion is good.
52-7. On the Nodak Insurance Company, agent Chris Moe and Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard. Kindred up big.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
52-7, Kindred with the big lead here. 9:38 remaining in the contest. So we get several more out there for the Tommies. Let's give some love to the hands unit. Michael Rixmeyer, Dominic Defoe out there on as part of the hands team, as is Hunter Schneider. Out there, Colton Krebs looks to be on the hands team as well. And that's going to go deep and dropped there by Jackson Clementson. But he's going to pick it up and go a few yards with the ball. In score updates, Lisbon, 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. They lead Hillsborough Central Valley 15-6. Region 1 contest. Central Cass, end of the half, still a 21-0 lead over Oaks. EEK leading big over Northern Cass, 28-6. 3 minutes left in the 3rd. So if those results hold, it would be Kindred 1. And Central Cass and EEK would settle 2nd and 3rd next week. And Oaks, I believe, would be locked into the 4 spot. Applegren on a pitch. Nice running room there for Ryan Pettis. As that one goes for 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 here at the 22. A lot of guys get a chance to possess the ball on both teams. And as the 2nd and 3rd units get some good looks out there. Defensive side of the ball for Kindred, Jonah Larson, Jackson Koob, Miles Weber out there on the line for the Vikings. Snap it there. It's a handoff. I believe Pennis again. And that should be enough for a first down. Pennis about a dozen yards or so on the ground. And Thompson just the one touchdown. Gavin Krogstad off after the big catch. Big pitch and catch from Krogstad to Schumacher. We'll go under, barring a penalty or another stoppage, under 8 minutes after this play. As Applegren takes the snap. Be a little bit of an inside handoff. Nearly had a good stiff arm, but good containment in the end. Good tackle there for Eli Mack after the run for Peyton Kanan. Brings up a 1st and 14. With under 8 minutes to go here. Thompson will fall on the year to 2-4 in region play, 3-4 overall, dropping 4 out of their last 5 contests after winning their first couple of the year. As back to pass, Kanan, the receiver, breaks free. Gets past the original line of scrimmage and more on the pass from Mac Mickelson. 3rd and 5 there for Thompson. We'll roll under 7 minutes. With this play, Thompson at least looking to try and get a first down here. Trying to keep the ball in their hands. And no team has scored more than 12 points this season against the Kindred defense. Thompson would at least love to leave the season with that distinction of being able to score the most points. Albeit, as they colloquially call it, garbage time. Handoff. Kanan, first down. As Kanan is able to get the first down for the Tommies. And it's a 1st and 10 for Thompson. In their final home game of the year, they were 2-1 in their 3 previous home games, including that thrilling overtime victory over Northern Cass. Northern Cass getting beat up by EEK. If those results hold, Northern Cass would be officially eliminated. Lisbon, Hillsborough, Central Valley already eliminated. Thompson's eliminated tonight as well. Kanan with the inside handoff across the 45. And Kanan getting some nice looks here. Just a 5'8" sophomore. Some good speed out there. Lots of talent coming up for Brady Schwab in the future of the Thompson Tommy football program. Going to be some changes, of course, next year as Kindred and Central Cass are on their way to moving up a class next year. And so we'll see how it all shakes out. Of course, those decisions won't be decided until end of the year, after the football season has fully completed. Applegren, a little reverse. And up the field, room to run. Good tackle there from Mengi. After the reverse was first handled by Gavin Oster and handed off there to Rylan Pennis. It is a first down, though, for the Tommy JV unit. Across the 50 to the 49. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the contest. Kindred got out to a big lead right away. They led 28-0 at half. So 4 touchdowns in the first half. 4 touchdowns in the second half as well with a safety. 6 extra points and a 2-point conversion. Quarterback carry. Nice room to run. There by Mac Mickelson. Good tackle there, I believe, by Clayton Altoff. 2nd and a short 3 there for the Tommies. They're keeping the ball moving here. 4 minutes remaining here. Again, Kindred, they'll be your number 1 seed out of Region 1. They'll have a home playoff contest. They've got home field advantage through the semifinal round is what it's going to look like, as there's a nifty pass from Applegren to Caden. He gets the catch, but he's going to lose a yard or two. Brings up 3rd down.
Appleton's pass complete to Peyton Cannon. Dana brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and a short 3 here for the Tommies. As this one winds down here. It's Mickelson to the gun. Hand off to Kanan. Slips through a couple of tacklers and gets the 1st down. Peyton Kanan with a 1st down once again.
Inside the 25, search for a Tommy 1st down.
And he might actually be the leading rusher on the night for Thompson. I'll admit, I haven't been keeping the best track there in these final couple of drives, but looks of it, it was Gavin Krogstad before for 32 yards. But Kanan probably up there here. As there's the double reverse. Pennis with the carry. Rylan Pennis with some good speed. He's off to the races. Thompson has scored the most points against Kindred this year. Rylan Pennis with his 1st touchdown of the season. And Thompson will at least get a silver lining against these Kindred Vikings. Pennis with the score from about 25 yards out. And with 1:38 to go, so likely be the last play on this home field for the home team offense in 2024. They break the huddle with 8 on the play clock. 3, 2, 1, delay a game. And, well, there's going to let him go, I guess. And there's a flag. What a 1 to go here, and illegal shift. So penalties decline. Results of the play is no good on the 2-point conversion. So Kindred will get the ball. They'll kneel it down once or twice. That'll be the end of it here, but we'll take one more break. 52-13. Kindred about to steal their 8th win of the year on YourLiveEvent.com.
There was an idea
to bring together a group of remarkable people.
So when they needed us, the call is answered.
We need to get the right protection to as many people as we can.
We need to protect as many as we can.
We will.
We don't give up. Get the right protection for your lifestyle. Go to IRIinsurance.com to get a free quote and consultation.
52-13 on the Nodak Insurance Company. Agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks and Dakota scoreboard. As the Kindred Vikings about to go to 8-0 on the season. And about to wrap up the Region 1 regular season championship. And the Vikings set to take on the 4th seed from Region 2 in the playoffs in a couple of weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow, actually. 1 week from tomorrow, the 9-man playoffs start with first-round action. As Braylon Adams kicks it off there for the Tommies. A little bit of a squibber. It's hauled in, and oh boy, dropped in. I think the Tommies got back on top of it.
Fumble on the play.
That was Jeremy Knight coughed up the ball there for the Vikings. Thompson gets back on top of it, and wouldn't you know, they got 54 seconds. We'll see what Brady Schwab elects to do here with his team down 52-13. As we get a timeout for Kindred, Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. As gives us a chance to check up on some more scores in Region 1 contests. About halfway through the fourth, Lisbon with the ball, a 10-point lead over Hillsborough Central Valley, 22-12. And Central Cass shutting out Oaks, 28-0 late in the third. As we get a carry here for not much. EEK leading Northern Cass, 8 minutes to go in the fourth, 28-6. Gain of 1 there for the Tommies. They need to run at least one more play here. And just over the 2-hour mark. 9 o'clock here from Thompson. As Mickelson will wheel around. And he'll get tackled, and that should just about do it. Your final score on the Nodak Insurance Company agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks on Dakota scoreboard. Kindred 52-13. Thompson scores the most points against Kindred this year, but they will miss the playoffs once again. Kindred locks up the Region 1 regular season championship as they have already defeated Central Cass and EEK this season. Again, Kindred will end the regular season next week at home against Oaks. And Thompson will close out their season next week at Lisbon. We'll have much more in the postgame coming up next, but again, the final on the Nodak Insurance Company, agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard. Kindred 52, Thompson 13.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Hi, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip, while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Coming up back here on the post game, the final score, the Nodak Insurance Company agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard. Kindred wins big over Thompson 52-13. Not going to do as much stats tonight as really nothing jumped out. So many guys got a chance to possess the ball. It wasn't like any one guy had a big game. There was one that stood out. We'll get to him in a little bit later on. But go through the storyline here first. quite an interesting set of events in the first couple of drives as Thompson got the ball first. Gavin Krogstad throws an interception to Kylan Swenson. Swenson a big return of about 30 yards. He then loses the ball. Thompson recovers. Thompson gets a second chance. Fortunately, they have a 3-and-out. They punt it away. And Kindred starts off their offensive tear with a 9-play, 56-yard drive. Edited a Miles Steelges, quarterback keeper, up the gut. 1 yard out to make it 7-0 with an Andrew Haley extra point there for Kindred. They would score on their next possession of just 2 plays, a 41-yard receiving touchdown. Hunter Bindis got the catch and scampered into the end zone for the score. 2 offensive possessions later, the Vikings would score again. They would need just 2 more plays for a 49-yard rushing touchdown from Brock Johnson. First of 2 on the night for Johnson. Extra point made it 21-0. And then on the next offensive possession, Kindred would score again. 10-yard receiving touchdown from Isaac Spellhog. Extra point is good. So 4 different players scoring a touchdown in that first half for Kindred as they led it 28-0. First drive out of the gate for Kindred. They needed just 2 plays, 45-yard rushing touchdown. Johnson's second of the night. Extra point is good to make the score 35-0. And then after a safety, make it 37-0. The Vikings would score again. Jack McDonald on a 25-yard touchdown reception. Extra point was good to make it 44-0. And then the Tommies would score their first touchdown of the game on their next offensive possession after a big 54-yard bomb from Gavin Krogstad to Thomas Schumacher. Krogstad would take it in from 15 yards out. A rushing touchdown. Extra point was good. Made the score 44-7. And then 2 more touchdowns coming in. Braylon Olsen, 9-yard rush as the JV unit got out there for Kindred. 2-point conversion was good for Tanner Mengi to make it 52-7. And then the Tommies, they would put 1 more on the board. Rylan Pettis, his first touchdown of the season to make that final score 52-13 as the 2-point conversion was no good. The 13 points, the most scored on Kindred this season. The previous most was 12 as Wappanen scored 12 points. So Thompson, we'll see how many Oaks can put up against Kindred in Kindred next week. But from the looks of it, Thompson's got a good shot to put up the most points against this Kindred defense this year. Again, not going to do as much with the stats as they don't really tell the story. A lot of guys getting a chance to possess the ball, especially late. So we're going to just kind of leave it at that. Really a good way to spread the ball around. We had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 different rushers for Thompson. Kindred as well had about 8 or 9 different rushers, a few different receivers also. Really the big plays kind of tell the story on that. So that's where I'll leave the stats and storyline here of the contest in this 52-13 victory for the Kindred Vikings over the Thompson Tommies. Kindred moves to 8-0 on the season, a 6-0 in region play, and they've just allowed 20 points in those 6 region games, and they'll close out the season at home against Oaks next week. Thompson, meanwhile, they drop to 3-4 overall and 2-4 in region play, and they'll close out the season at Lisbon next week. Take a quick break. We'll come back with some more highlights from around the region, some score updates, some playoff implications. We'll get you set up on the playoff scenarios as we close out this week with 1 more week in A and the final week the regular season in 9-man. Get you the playoff scenarios, playoff matchups, all kinds of good stuff coming up here as we continue our postgame on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Ironhide, we like to have our sales guys cater to the owners of the businesses or the customers that they're trying to help out to actually find a solution to their problem. We understand that customers have a job to do, and we strive to keep that job going without interruption.
We've invested so heavily in this facility, but bigger than that, in the people.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Coming on back here on our post game, again, the final score on the Nodak Insurance Company agent Chris Mullen, Grand Forks and Lakota scoreboard, Kindred 52, Thompson 13. Let's take a look at some of the other scores before we get to our player of the game, any interviews, closing comments, that sort of thing. Let's get to some other scores around the regions. In Region 1, we'll start with that. As Ellendale Edgeley Cullum about to make it a final over Northern Cass, 35-6. Central Cass going to enter the fourth with a 28-0 lead over Oaks. And as well, Lisbon, it was a close one. Lisbon, Hillsborough, Central Valley. The Broncos had the ball, 3 minutes left in the game, but they only lead 22-18. And so as we take a look at the region, we'll take a look at the standings here. Out in Region 1, again, Kindred is going to be your region champion. They are 6-0 in region play. They've already defeated EEK and Central Cass, meaning that they would have the tiebreakers if Kindred comes up short to Oaks next week. EEK, Central Cass, they look like they are going to get wins. I do believe that they will face each other next week. I do believe in the region schedule. And that is indeed the case. Central Cass hosting EEK. And so the winner of that game will be the 2 seed. Team that falls short will be the 3 seed, as both look to have wins over Oaks. And so, again, Oaks will slide in as that 4th seed. Again, Oaks falling to EEK 28-20 and falling to Central Cass right now 28-0. So, again, next week should determine who's the 2nd seed and who's the 3rd seed, the winner of that Central Cass EEK game. Kindred is your 1. Oaks, even though they'll fall to 3-3 because Thompson fell to 2-4. Lisbon would go to 2-4 if they can hold on against Hillsborough Central Valley. Northern Cass would drop to 1-5. Because Lisbon already lost a head-to-head to Oaks earlier this season by a final score of 32-6. Oaks would get any tiebreakers, and so basically from the looks of it, as far as the scores goes, Kindred's your 1, Oaks is your 4, and then EEK and Central Cass will meet next week to determine who's 2 and who is 3. So Region 1 is all but settled next week, again with the winner of that Central Cass EEK game getting the other first-round home playoff bid. Out in Region 2, Botno beats Grafton 35-12, and so they'll move to 4-2 in region play. Carrington with the win over Rugby 35-14, so Carrington also moves to 4-2 in region play. Harvey Wells County, they picked up a win over Turtle Mountain 55-14, and Langdon Area Edmore Munich picked up a win as well over Park River 21-6. So Langdon Area Edmore Munich, Harvey Wells County, they're both 5-1. Carrington and Botno are both 4-2. Rugby, Park River, and Grafton all dropped 2-4, and Turtle Mountain 0-6. They were eliminated already coming into today. Taking a look at the schedules next week for Region 2. Let's see here. Langdon Area, Edmore Munich wraps up the season at Grafton. Harvey Wells County, they'll wrap up the season at Park River. Rugby's got Turtle Mountain and Carrington Botno. So that Carrington Botno game is a big one. So basically, it's very similar to Region 1 and how that shakes out. But Langdon Area, Edmore Munich, Harvey Wells County, they will be they're your top 2 teams right now. And Carrington did beat Langdon Area Edmore Munich. So Langdon Area Edmore Munich, Harvey Wells County, should they both win their games next week, It would set up basically a showdown between Botno and Carrington for 3rd and 4th, as Langdon area Edmore Munich, I do believe, has the head-to-head over Harvey Wills County. Yes, head-to-head over Harvey Wills County. That final was 43-42. So 1 point basically determining what's in store there. So again, if Langdon and Harvey win their games next week, Langdon would be your number 1 from Region 2. They would host Oaks. Harvey Wills County, should they win next week, they will host the loser of EEK, or the team that falls short between EEK and Central Cass. And the winner of the EEK Central Cass game will take on the team that will take on the winner of Botno Carrington, and the team that falls short between Botno and Carrington will go to Kindred. So that's what it's going to look like right now. So we know our 8 teams from the east side that are going to be competing. We just don't know who exactly is going to host who. We know Kindred will have home game. And we know Langdon and Harvey will probably have home games. But, again, who faces who, that's yet to be determined. We'll keep looking at 11A here over on the west side. Just some scores coming in here for you. Southern McLean beating Bowman County 44-6. Killdeer beating Beulah 61-22. Number 3 Bishop Ryan final. They get a win over Ray Powers Lake 33-19. Final as well, just coming in. Lisbon over Hillsborough Central Valley 22-18. Yeah, so let's take a look. Again, Velva, Garrison, Drake Catamoose, they are your region champions already. So they will get the 1 seed. They'll take on the 4 from Region 4, which looks like since Hart River's beating Dickinson Trinity 14-0. That's a big score line. The winner of that game is into the playoffs. Team that falls short, I believe, is in as well. So, yeah, lots of scores coming in. Southern McLean still got a shot at the postseason, so we won't look too deeply on the West, but again, on the east side, Kindred's your number 1 from Region 1, that's for sure. Oaks is your number 4. They're going to go on the road probably to take on Langdon, unless Langdon loses and Harvey wins. And EEK Central Cass will battle it out next week for 2 and 3. And next week in Region 2, Carrington and Botno will battle it out for 3 and 4. And taking a quick look at some of the other scores here out in 9-man land. Some good games. Linton HMB, Strasburg, Zeeland leading Central McLean 38-14. Playoff contests. Enderlin making it close after they were being shut out, but Maple River with the ball and 2 minutes left look like they're going to go to the playoffs with a 30-20 lead. Wymer Lidgerwood, 8 minutes to go in the 4th. They've got the ball and a 26-20 lead over Hankinson. The winner gets the 2 seed. Team that falls short gets the 3. So from the looks of it, results hold. Wymer Lidgerwood would likely host Mayport CG. It is a final. Mayport CG's in the postseason, 47-6. So if results hold, it'll be Wymer Lidgerwood, Mayport CG in one playoff match, and Maple River hosting Hankinson in another playoff contest. North Border, they come back to defeat Cavalier 26-16. New Rockford Cheyenne, number 2 ranked New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock, 2 ranked Rockets over Hatton Northwood 61-8. And Grigsman Dakota, again, first region championship in quite a long time, 61-8 over Tri-State. They will host a playoff game in the second round. The Memorial Litchfield Marion, top team in the state, blanks Sargent County 53-0. Number 3 West Oak Newburgh Glenburn runs away from Mohawk Lansford Sherwood as well, 68-26. Again, the 9-man bracket is fully released tomorrow. 11 AA scores here. Double overtime win for Grand Forks Central over Fargo South, 40-39. Horace, number 2, blanks number 3 Devils Lake, 42-0. Number 5 Valley City beats Watford City, 27-18. Number 4 Jamestown over received votes St. Mary's, 21-6. Grand Forks Red River has regained the lead over Wahpeton. The number 1 ranked team in AA, undefeated. It's by far the most points they've given up this season, but the Huskies have the ball with 4 minutes left in the game. They're at Frank Verton Field in Wahpeton. Again, the Riders with a 6-point lead, but Wahpeton a chance to pull off the big upset. Minot North over Dickinson, 34-7. And AAA scores, number 2, Minot leading Mandan, 5 minutes to go, 39-21. Bismarck beats Bismarck Legacy, 34-26. Number 4 Century over Williston, 49-13. Number 1 Davies over West Fargo, 35-14. And Cheyenne beats Fargo North, 50-6. Take one more quick break. We'll come back with our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Some final thoughts here on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, the final score, 52-13, Kindred with the win over Thompson.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Hi, I'm Sonia at the Lighting Gallery. When you walk through our doors at the Lighting Gallery, we're so much more than lighting. We have an incredible selection of sofas, dining room table and chairs, accent chairs, area rugs, pillows, and other accessories and decor. We want your house to feel like a home. Visit us at the Lighting Gallery, located at 3622 South Washington Street in Grand Forks. See you soon.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
And coming on back in the studio, it's a final score. I'm going to move the camera down just a little bit. It's a final score on the Nodak Insurance Company, Agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard, 52-13. Kindred with the win over Thompson. Take a look at our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Life takes energy. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. And tonight, Brock Johnson is the player of the game. A couple of big touchdowns, big plays, especially in the to open up the second half to put the running clock on the board and really seal the deal, despite giving up some touchdowns in the later stages when the game was had by Kindred. He's our player of the game, courtesy of Enbridge. Again, we went through kind of the playoff scenarios, but just to recap it real quick, Kindred is your number one team from Region 1. They will have the number one seed. They'll take on the fourth seed from Region 2, which will either be Botno or Carrington, the team that falls short in their meeting next week. As well, Thompson eliminated from postseason contention. We have our four teams in both Region 1 and Region 2. That's all set. Kindred's your number 1. Oaks is your number 4. They'll go on the road, likely to Langdon, but could go on the road to Harvey-Wells County as well. EEK, Central Cass, they'll meet next week for the second and third seeds. The winner gets home field advantage. We'll take on the winner of that Botno-Carrington game, and the team that falls short in the EEK Central Cass contest will go on the road, likely to Harvey-Wells County, but could be Langdon area and more Munich as well. So that's kind of the scenario for Region 1 and Region 2. Kind of in our area, Region 1, Region 2, 9-man, Lemoore Litchfield Marians, your top seed in Region 1. Griggs Mid-Cody, your top seed in Region 2. And from the looks of it, let's take one more quick check as things weren't quite final yet in 9-man. Let's see here. Maple River, 36-20, under a minute to go in the fourth. They got the 2 seed. They will host, looks like they're going to host Hankinson as Weimar Lidgerwood holding on to a 26-20 lead. Still time to go in the fourth. Mayport CG will look like they will go to Weimar Lidgerwood for that playoff contest. Again, that's Region 1, Region 2. Full bracket release tomorrow, and some final notes here for you. Go back and watch all these games on yourliveevent.com. You can also check out the scores on the Minnesota side. Big game tonight between Red Lake and Ada Borup West with playoff implications on the line as well, so go and check that out. As well, you can check out our Coaches Corner, Coaches Show tomorrow, the R&J Family Coaches Show at 9 o'clock. Have some banter, and then talking with our area coaches. More on the Minnesota side, but some Hillsborough Central Valley as well. And then if you want to get cash in on cross country, you can stay tuned on KRJB 106.5. And I'll be heading out to Cooperstown tomorrow for some updates from the East Region cross country meet. Claire Grindy from Hillsborough Central Valley is the favorite on the girls' side. Could be a closer race on the boys' side. Hillsborough Central Valley is a team between them and rugby. Looks like one of them is going to take the East Region title. But we'll have updates and I'll have some interviews as well. But from all of us here at YourLiveEvent.com, for Bailey Bryant on the camera, the final score on the Nodak Insurance Company, Agent Chris Moen, Grand Forks, Dakota scoreboard, Kindred 52, Thompson 13. James Martin saying, football fans, show some pride.